Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into something we all struggle with comparing ourselves to others. You know that feeling when you're scrolling through social media and it looks like everyone else is living their best life while you're just trying to find your other sock? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if I told you there are some real, practical ways to stop this madness? Let's kick things off with a question. Have you ever thought, why can't I be as fit as them? Or, why does their life seem so perfect while mine is a mess? These thoughts can mess with your mental health, leading to anxiety, depression, and more. But don't worry, today we're going to talk about some powerful solutions. So, grab your snacks and let's get into it. First, why is comparison such a big deal? Our brains are like that one friend who always tells half the story. When we see someone who seems to have it all, we focus on their positives and ignore their struggles. It's like watching a movie trailer and thinking you've seen the whole film. Spoiler alert, you haven't. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah always felt she wasn't good enough because her social media feed was filled with friends posting about their perfect lives. Every day, she compared her behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. This made her feel anxious and depressed. One day, Sarah decided to take a break from social media. She spent that time reconnecting with herself, focusing on her own hobbies and interests. Slowly, she started feeling better. She realized that her worth wasn't tied to how she compared to others, but to who she was. Sarah's story shows that sometimes, stepping back and focusing on your own life can help you see your true value. Now, let's talk about why comparison is a brain shortcut, but also a blind spot. Our brains like to simplify things, and one way they do this is by comparing us to others. But this shortcut comes with a big downside. It blinds us to the full picture. We only see what others choose to show us, not the whole reality. Think about that seemingly perfect coworker who always seems to have it together. You might envy them, but what you don't see is their struggle with anxiety or their tough home life. We judge based on partial information, which can lead to false conclusions and unnecessary stress. Another story for you. John was a competitive athlete, always striving to be the best. He compared himself to his teammates, which fueled his drive but also made him miserable. He felt isolated and stressed. One day, John's coach suggested he focus on his personal growth instead of competing with others. John took this advice to heart. He started setting personal goals and celebrating his progress, no matter how small. Over time, John found more joy and satisfaction in his sport. He realized that personal growth, not comparison, was the key to true happiness. Let's move on to how comparison leads to isolation and drama. When we compare ourselves to others, we often feel like we're in constant competition. This mindset isolates us because it's hard to connect with others when we see them as rivals. It also fuels drama because we might try to put others down to feel better about ourselves. But there's a better way. Focus on collaboration instead of competition. Building connections with others and supporting them can create a more positive and fulfilling life. Here's one last story. Maria was always trying to keep up with her neighbors. When one of them bought a new car, she felt pressure to do the same. This constant competition left her feeling exhausted and financially strained. One day, Maria decided to shift her focus. Instead of trying to outdo her neighbors, she started building stronger relationships with them. She organized community events and got to know them better. Through these connections, Maria found more joy and contentment. She learned that life is richer when we lift each other up rather than trying to outshine one another. So, what can you do to break free from the comparison trap? Start by catching yourself when you compare. Remind yourself that comparisons are often based on incomplete information. Focus on your own values and goals instead of measuring yourself against others. Create visual reminders of your accomplishments and what truly matters to you. This will help shift your focus from competition to personal growth. Also, consider taking breaks from social media. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others when you're constantly exposed to their highlight reels. Use that time to engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Reconnect with your passions and interests, and you'll find that your sense of self-worth improves. Lastly, remember that life is about collaboration, not competition. Support others in their successes and be there for them in their struggles. By fostering a sense of community and connection, you'll create a more positive environment for yourself and those around you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You're amazing just as you are. Keep focusing on your growth and don't let the comparison trap get you down. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell for more content like this. See you next time.